Bro, the West is fucked, man. They're like cave people and shit. And they beat you on the head with some clubs and shit if you say anything intelligent. And so they didn't participate in the technological revolution. And they're all like, oh, we's gonna shoot you. We's gonna take out 9mm if you invade our nation or do anything and all this. But you know what? Like now they're making their 9mm be guided by microchips that are made in Asia and Israel. They can't even spell the word microchip. You know how complex that shit is? That's not even real, is it? That's magic they've used to fucking create bullshit that doesn't exist on this planet. Microchips and technology and stuff. It's an illusion. That's how they just all of a sudden destroy your devices and all this shit and hack into them any second they want, really. But anyways, I noticed playing games like, you know, there's this thing that these people are the best gamers in the world and all this stuff, and then I noticed playing like thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of games. Like now these games are being made by other people, and just like in warfare in every other nation, just like in the nations I'm in, they make sure their people come out on top and stuff. And so I'm watching video games. And I'm like, there's always the people who make the video game are the number one clan. And that's because they're giving people, their selves are running the number one clan to force you to spend like thousands, hundreds, millions. I mean, we're supposed to believe this top clan, the top players have literally taken millions of US dollars from their accounts. They've taken gold bars from the storage to trade in to play this one video game. But there's 70 million, 700 million, 70 billion video games on the Google Play market alone, on the Israel Play market. And then they're being ran by the Asian places. And it's like you're fucked. Like, you know what they're going to do? They can just, I guarantee you, okay, Israel has control of the chips and then Taiwan makes them. And then apparently Asia has control of a lot of the software. And like no one here is doing anything, and they don't like really support you to do anything either. Like you're like, hey, I want to do something. They're like, no, let's watch TV. No, let's watch soap operas. No, I'm gonna beat you in your face if you do anything. I'm tired of you trying to do stuff. And it's like, okay. And then so like I live my life doing that, and I'll still live my life doing that, right? Because I can't do anything else unless they're like, I mean, they're bullshitting me about me controlling the COVID stuff and all that, right? They're just listening to me and taking my fucking advice, probably because it's really good warfare advice and shit. But I don't think they're using it like to help people, to be honest. Oh well, who cares? But the point is I can tell by watching like the games and stuff. I'm pretty sure this is like very rigged. They have their own people. Whoever creates the games have their own people in it, and then people supposedly spend hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on like trying to level up their characters, and they're fighting like the corporations who have made the game. The corporations are making it so you can't see it. And then there's these leagues you fight in. There's these games like PUBG and stuff, and you can tell like there's bots, because in games like PUBG, I can like fire a weapon. And it'll like attract the attention of everyone around me. And then I'll turn around a lot of times and an enemy will appear behind me. But he's not like a smart enemy. He'll be like looking the other way, and he won't be able to kill me real fast usually and stuff. And I'll still be able to cap him and stuff. Even though like I've given my position away and he's magically appeared behind me. And I just know like when I fire a gun one direction to turn around and look. Like I'll look around the map and then I'll fire my gun to attract attention, and I'll turn around and they'll like appear right behind me. And it's like they weren't there, dude. I know they weren't there. And so like there's a lot of rigging stuff going on, and this stuff isn't just like video games, right? This is like the entire technology sector is in control. Like, and who do we have in USA? The only person we have who hasn't been beat down in USA by their fellow citizens and reduced to nothing is a person who comes from Israel. Elon Musk, his father comes from Israel. Obviously, you can just look at that And so there's no choice. There's no choice. It's too late. It's gone. Like, you have to fight from an insurgency position, and you have to realize, I mean, if you even care, like I don't think anyone even cares. Like, but the thing is, they care about life so much. They care about continuing to breathe and drink water and eat food. They care about that, but they don't care about anything else. They don't care about securing their position to be able to continue to breathe, eat, drink, and sleep and all that stuff that they want to do. And it's like, what are you going to do? Like, no one cares. You say, like, half these people I talk to, I say something, like my own family, like half my family will like listen, and then the other half would be like, it's time for you to shut up. I'm really tired. Like, they'll bring up shit. It's like, I learned how to shut up when I was like half a year old, when you would kick me in my fucking face, and I was like 3 inches fucking tall, and you'd kick me in the fucking face. Okay, so, like, I learned to shut the fuck up then. It's like, I'm not even the one talking. You're the one instigating me to talk and shit. Like, my whole thing has been to never talk and shit unless I got something to say that no one else has ever said before. And then if I say it and no one gives, who cares? We're moving on, who cares? I'm trying to move back to that, where I got nothing to say, and there's nothing more for me to say, and just remain silent, because it worked really well. I got really far. In life for getting kicked in the face. Just sitting there, I'm like, the boot tastes so good. Oh, is that a Doc Martin boot? Ooh, it tastes like Doc Martin. Oh, no, that's a Skechers boot. Oh, that tastes close to Doc Martin. You must have got some road salt from fucking the snow plows or something on that boot. So it tasted a little Doc Martin that day. And it's like, no one, but this is a sign. Who cares about video games? But this is a sign. And in fact, like, the video games are kind of being used to take away people's time so they don't interact in the real game going on around us and stuff. So who cares? Like, people who should realize that, what's going on. It's still training for war and all that stuff, but and so they still insert propaganda into the largest games like Call of Duty. It's still U.S. government propaganda, but who the hell makes Call of Duty? Activision? I don't know who owns them. I can tell you who owns other places though. And then does Activision still make that? I can tell you who owns the graphics card, who owns Intel. I can tell you who owns AMD. Used to be the Middle Easterners, not the Israelis, owned AMD stuff. I don't know if they still do. Things change. And then Intel is Israel. And then everything else, like the programming, the software, the games are usually created by Asia. And it's like, there's like nothing American. People are like, buy American. It's like, what am I going to buy that's American? I'm going to buy some methamphetamines? Is that what I'm going to buy? I'm not buying American if I got to buy methamphetamines. We got really good weed here. I don't even smoke weed really anymore. I'm not allowed to. I've been trying to get a job for years. I can't have weed in my system. This and that. I don't even want to smoke weed every day anymore. It's so old. I just smoked it and it's like, oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cute. It's all that. Yeah, maybe I want to have a tent to live in someday. Have a nice house. Have a giant mansion tent with like 6 beds in the tent or something. Who knows? But I just play these games and I realize, like, this stuff is, like, probably extremely rigged, isn't it? Like as a free-to-play person who's not spent $10 million in some of these games, I become, like, one of the best players, like, right away. Like, I'm in number 3 clan on a game I just started that's been out for 3 years. Same with some other games. Same with the first strategy warfare type game out there, massive multiplayer. It'd been out, Stronghold Kingdoms. I believe that was probably European made because it felt very European. I play, although then again, which video games are European? It's none of them. And then, so I played that and I made it, I was like so big. Like, when people started attacking me, I just stopped playing because I wanted to go back into the real world. And I was like, okay, well, this is over. I'm like strong enough to probably defend against all you, even though I'm not even in the clan yet. And I'm like probably the biggest powerhouse in this community, and that's why you're attacking me, because you've seen I was building up my base and doing so much merchant trading and all that stuff that I became like super freaking powerful. But I just gave up because these things are like destroying my life. Like they were sucking my life away. I was spending like 24 hours a day, not sleeping, not doing anything else, not working out, not trying to make that real money, to go buy myself that mansion tent to go live in the forest so the cops can kick me out of the forest in 3 months and shit, or 2 months or 1 month, depending on how fast they catch on to where I'm at next. And then, yeah, so there's a lot going on here, and like, no one's smart to see it. No one like cares. Like, no one like fostered my intelligence in this nation either. It's like, it must have been like Rome. Like, yeah, I mean, it must be Rome, right? It was built upon guys, no females allowed at first, just savagery. And this idea was we can keep killing everyone and eventually we'll kill them all. And it worked really well for them. They just kept killing everyone and eventually killed them all. But now you got this other magic in this world called technology. And it's like, it supersedes that. And when you trick people into using the technology, then you've brought them to their play field. Just like if you could trick, if your game is one-on-one bullet warfare and you trick other people and use one-on-one bullet warfare, then you've won the game. And I'm telling you, like, man, none of this looks positive. Like, I'm not even on anyone's side really here. I'm not necessarily like trying to educate someone to make Rome fucking continue or anything like that. But I just want to put that out there. Like, I've seen this, and it looks very suspicious that it's going on like that. I mean, I don't think they own anything. And they're talking about Elon Musk creating the chips. Now, Elon Musk made a little documentary about how, like, he doesn't like his father very much and stuff. So he's a half-breed. It looks like he's a half-breed anyways. Just like Obama was a half-breed. Just like frickin' Trump. I don't know what happened with Trump, but you can tell his family. You can tell it happened somewhere there. And so I don't know what's happening there. But I can tell you, like, Elon Musk, like, can control this. He's in control of the new NASA. And there's all these people who start asking questions. They start asking questions about NASA and all that stuff, too. They don't believe in space. A lot of people have questioned stuff enough. They don't believe in space. Yeah, I haven't been to space. I don't believe it. But, I didn't believe that cities were being taken over on the West Coast until I went there, and some of it was even worse than what was said is going on. So, and then I got in arguments with people about that. And they're like, that stuff's not happening. They made up this Cold War stuff a long time ago. They made up the riot stuff a long time ago. And it's like, well, I mean, I've seen some stuff, dude. Like, maybe they just they gave me some good hallucinogens. And I've seen like whole cities freaking being sieged. And I didn't even see them siege. I seen them fucking retreating from the sieges. And that's what I seen. Like that, you on the TV, you seen cities being sieged. I seen cities retreating from the sieges and stuff. Okay, so that's like something that wasn't even in the media. It's like we're beyond that right there. But this stuff right here, I've been seeing this for a long time, but no one knows, and so many people don't care. Like, I mean, some do. Like, my Uncle Ron, like, he always seems very interested. And, I don't know why he seems scared of me anymore. But I guess if you're intelligent and I talk about the stuff I do, and if you believe, like, a portion of it, like, you should probably keep me away from you. Because bad things might happen to you. Like, things are happening to my mom right now. But, I mean, she kind of runs over me and stuff. So I don't know what to do. But, I tried to tell her, like, hey, like, these people are known for, like, attacking people around you to try to hurt you and stuff. And I'm just like, that's why I distance myself from people, because that's why I shut myself off from certain people, females who had, like, really good fucking lives, because I didn't want them being involved in anything. And then, man, I don't know what's going on here fully, but maybe I do, actually. But with the technology and all that stuff, like, these people don't know what's going on, and you can't know what's going on. Like, Mike DeWine, the dude who ran away from me in that video, all scared for some reason, like he knew who I was and stuff. He had a security crew. You don't pay security to run away scared from people. When you pay me to be security, I stand straight up to, a whole room full of people. I've had to do this. I come in and I say, hey, this ain't how it happened. And it doesn't happen that way. And these people just run. They're like, oh my God, he's here. So we got Mike DeWine. We got Mike DeWine welcoming Intel into Columbus, Ohio. It's like, you're welcoming Israel. So who the hell is Israel even working for? How come we don't know Intel is Israel? How come no one knows Intel is Israel? How come we're welcoming other people into the technology field when we aren't even creating our own technology field? And you could easily crush the technology field. I hate to like tell them how to do it, but you could crush it because you could just be honest and you could be precise and you could tell people what's going on. And if people figured out, if there wasn't all these channels, Linus Tech Tips and every technology channel out here lying to you about what's going on, if someone just came out and said, hey, this is what's going on, this is how it works, this is it, you got either buy it or you don't. And people would probably buy that if you could get that information out. But the other people are like, they're always hyping it up. Intel's like, oh, our new graphics card is twice as fast as it used to be, and it's going to be half the price and stuff, and then that doesn't work. But they all tell you that. Everyone worships and thinks is educating them on technology tells them that, and it's like, Jesus crazy, that's not going to work, dude. It's never worked that way before. They've never given you twice as much for half the price. When have you gotten twice as much for half the price? Oh, the new Lamborghini is only $75,000. Now you can afford to drive to McDonald's and flip burgers in style because the new Lamborghini is only $75,000. No. When does it work like that? When does it ever work like that? It's never worked like that. And those of you who don't know technology, let me tell you, the new high-end graphics card is a Lamborghini. It's a Porsche. They are the highest costing thing a little child could ever want to buy, and that's what it is. It's designed on like selling. But anyways, like all the technology, it's all like scummy and scammy, and then I notice these things in the game, and I'm like, man, if it's in the games, then it's probably like all over. And Google Play Israel is working with these companies to market scams. They don't even have a proper rating system, a proper what's new system, anything. Like it is so rigged once you switch the PC over to Android. And PC was probably kind of rigged too. I don't know, but it definitely didn't look this bad. But no one even knows. No one even cares. Because once you stop getting those technology people and start getting everyone to get a smartphone and Android instead of PC nerds building computers, no one had any clue, and they just realized, I guess they realized they could just rake everyone over the coals and take everything from them. And they've taken liberty to do that. Even Kanye West made a dumb comment about his child spent all this money on like Candy Crush or something. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, what do you think's happening to the whole world right now? But it's much more. It's much worse than just saying $4.99 for a new 60 seconds of play, and then you spend $10,000 on a game that costs $5.99 to make. It's much worse than that. I believe there's a whole scheme going on. I believe that the whole technology field, the gaming field, is probably like taken over by like rigging. They'll, maybe it's so slight in final championships. Maybe they just throw in a few milliseconds ping delay. And that's all it takes. If you're a gamer, you understand. That's all it takes. You have shitty internet, you might as well never get on the internet and play a game that's competitive because it's over for you. You're not going to win. You're really good. You're gonna kill off some noobs. And then once you meet any player who can even hold the controller right or whatever, you're gone. You're gone. And I see all this stuff happening and combining, and it's like, wow, like, I don't even know if I should talk about it. I should probably just let it freaking happen, right? I mean, where I see that going, if every microchip and every gun and every missile and every atom bomb and every... imagine how many microchips and computers are inside nuclear reactors, are inside nuclear power plants. Imagine how many... there's microchips inside every car. What did they just say? Is this true? I just heard yesterday Okay, so California has been like outlawing gasoline cars, and now they're saying you can't recharge your electric vehicle because it's using too much electricity. I mean, the electric car is probably almost all chips. Who make those chips? Who's in control of them? How do you know? How do you know what a chip is? What is a chip? Wait, can the average person even tell me a chip has, gold bus lines, and then it connects to, ICUs and CPUs and resistors and transistors and switches. Can we even get that far? I mean, I can, and I can tell you I can't get further than that because it's so complex. It's so shrouded. Building a CPU is so shrouded in mystery and complexity that there's only 3 corporations on the planet claiming to make CPUs, and you've only heard of 2. You've heard of Intel and AMD, and then there's Snapdragon, and I don't know who that's probably just Taiwan. So there's, and you never even hear that. They don't even talk about it. Who cares? Even though Snapdragons and so many things, right? It's so in depth with the bullshit, the fake delusion of technology, the complexities they've used to route around something and create something within the world that makes it appear. It just, no one can claim to understand any of this stuff. I mean, I thought I knew some of it, but in reality, I know I don't. I'm smart enough to know I don't know that. I don't know what's going on in this device. And I can tell you these devices I've used, there's been a lot of times I don't know what's going on. I've failed. This might be something too in depth. I'm going to try to say it real fast that anyone can understand. But I've failed to modify electronic devices. I reflashed the operating system on a 360 into doing what I want it to do. Okay? And the flash failed. And anyone who knows technology in depth knows when a flash fails, you might as well just throw it in the garbage because your flash probably just destroyed the thing and you're never going to get back into it. But you know what happened when my flash failed? When my flash failed, I could magically somehow somewhat get back into it and it still worked. I just had to do a little thing or two here there. And that shouldn't be how flashing works. Flashing should rewrite billions of code. And then if you fail during a billion of code write, it totally destroys it and stuff. But it magically works for me after that. So I don't know what's going on there, but I can tell you, as far as I know, there's no Americans, no one in USA. There's Elon Musk, and we can't trust that. I mean, he even has to put out a video saying, I don't trust my father. It's people shouldn't. That's the first step to not trusting you and stuff, is looking at who your parents are and seeing them. It should be the first step to not trusting Obama. It's looking at his mom and seeing her, it's the same people. Oh, look at that. It's a Rothschild bloodline controlling us everywhere we look. Everywhere we look. So now we're going to have Elon Musk, who claims he's a frickin' competitor to everything in the world, coming from the same bloodlines who already run the world. And how is he a competitor? How's he a competitor to the New World Order, Rothschild, whatever you want to call them, names we can't name and stuff which more accurately describe them and help them easier to be identified? What are you going to benefit? You say, hey, Rothschild Jr., I'm sure you're going to be better than the last 20 of your bloodline, and you're not going to try to dominate and control us, so let's just let you dominate and control us, because you'll do it a lot better. How the hell does that happen? Who the hell's doing anything about this? No one. The presidents aren't talking anything about that. That's one reason why I was getting all political, is because I was noticing, hey, these people don't know. They couldn't even fucking tell you how a speaking spell works. If a speaking spell was rigged to take your cash from you, they couldn't fucking... they wouldn't come out and be like, man, speaking spells robbing 2-month-olds of their money, of their pacifiers or whatever. They're... what do 2 months old have? Their saliva. I don't know. But where does it begin? It began so far ago, like I don't even know where to start. It just, I've seen this over and over, dude. There's nothing going on here. There's no one making anything. There's no one doing anything here. They're stocking some shelves. That's about it. And the world's like making nuclear missiles. Like they're stocking shelves, and the people at the top are making nuclear missiles that are able to like probably travel so low to the ground, no frickin' radar can ever detect them. Probably avoid any obstacle that comes in their way until it hits the target. And then we're stocking shelves instead of looking into technology. But I mean, how late into the game is it to even care? Like the second I realized it, I'm like, oh, it's too late to care. And I would make stupid little GoFundMe's like, hey, fund me, money against the New World Order, and invest money into creating microchips and all this. And then Elon Musk comes out with this USA microchip crap 2 years after that and all. It's like, this is nonsense. Like, he's not going to save anyone, dude. I mean, he's promoting this stuff, and California's outlawing the gas engines, and then now, supposedly, I haven't checked this, but some media outlets telling me that they're saying you got to restrict. You're not allowed to charge your electric car anymore because it's using too much electricity, and they can't afford that. And it's like, Jesus. I mean, Pete, I seen this coming. I seen this stuff coming when I was a kid. Not quite like in depth like that or anything, but I just seen, like, hey, they're just, this society just like kicks you around and stuff. If you got something off, or they're like, no, it's doing good now. We got the Ford Model T driving around. And, we're tired of these new Mustangs and Lamborghinis, and the Model T was really good. We're gonna stick with the Model T, and we got the bakery over here making 8 loaves of bread an hour. It's a good oven. We're gonna keep that oven running, and everyone else is like, no, we're way above that. The Lamborghini is Italian, and then the Mustang had failed for so long they didn't even try. And then the Ford came out the Lightning. That's pretty good for a truck. But, I'm a little off topic, but I'm, saying stuff that's kind of relevant. It's just that technology here, man, is way off. They haven't done anything, and I don't trust this Elon Musk dude. He doesn't trust his own father. Just like I'm saying, you probably shouldn't trust him, because he's looking at that like there's a problem going on there too. At least he had to release a documentary saying that, whether he feels that way or not. And I just realized playing some of these games, they're like, this might be a waste. Like there's always like a clan. Like I'm in a Korean clan right now. We're in the top. And they're always like the number one people. Are they really smarter and better and faster pace on more methamphetamines than we are and stuff? I don't think so. I think that's because you can easily rig this stuff. Just like every chip is not made in USA, and all of a sudden stuff happens in this world. No one knows what's inside these chips. There could easily be code to just shut down every microchip in the world, and nothing's going to be of any use. Radars, all that crap. Now older technology, maybe some older radar technology might be easier to decipher, but it's all new fancy stuff. These people don't know what the hell's inside their computers. I don't know what the hell's inside the computer here. And I'm the one who can try to explain it to you. And let anyone else who knows computers come on here and talk to us about this and tell me I'm wrong. They won't do that. They can't do that. They ain't going to have nothing to say.